Okay, so start by making little piles of everything because we're going to use everything on our first round. And we're going ahead and get into the project. We're not going to put our clasp first. That's going to go at the end. And I have my 2 needles ready to go with about 6 feet of beading thread. So on one of my needles, I'm going to thread on a 15, an 11/0, a rondelle, an 11/0, another rondelle, an 11/0, and a 15. So I'm going to let those kind of just fall. So this is what we have. 15, 11/0, rondelle, 11/0, rondelle, 11/0, and 15. Then we're going to pick up on one needle an Ava, a DiamonDuo, and another Ava, like that. So your little DiamonDuo is going to be nestled in your Avas like this. And then put your other needle in through the Ava DiamonDuo and the other Ava. Hold onto your needles and hold on to this little grouping here with the Ava and the DiamonDuo while you pull, just to make sure that everything is centered. So this is what you should have. This is how it should look. Okay? Now from here, we are going to do 3 of our 15/0s on each needle. 3 15/0s, and I'm using my green. I'm sorry, 3 15/0s, an 11/0, and then 3 15/0s. So it's a total of 7 beads on each needle. And again, it's 3 15/0s, 11/0, and 3 15/0. Let them drop, and then go into, we're going to cross again. This time we're going to hop on over to our other hole of our Ava, through the DiamonDuo and out the other Ava like this, and we're crossing. So one needle goes in one way and the other needle goes in the opposite way, and pull. So now this is what you should have. Now you're coming out of your Avas here, and we're going to do the same thing that we did here. We're going to pick up, now this part we're going to do it a little bit differently than we did the first part. We're going to pick up on each needle a 15/0, an 11/0, a rondelle, again on my right needle 15/0, 11/0, a rondelle. So each needle went 15/0, 11/0, rondelle. Letting them drop, we are going to pick up another 11/0 on one needle, doesn't matter which one, and we're going to cross through it. So whenever you're going to cross through a needle, it doesn't matter which, whenever you're going to cross through a bead, it doesn't matter which needle you pick it up with because both are going to go through it. So this is what you should have. Now from here on goes on each needle 15/0, 15/0, an Ava and another 15/0. I'm thinking I don't like green on green. I'll be back. Okay, now I just crossed through this 11-0, and as I said before, you're going to pick up a 15-0 on each needle, a mini round duo on each needle, and then another 15-0. So 15-0, mini round, and 15-0. So all I did was switch out the color of my 15-0s, and I'm using the bronze. And then we're going to pick up another 11-0 and cross through it. I had taken out my champagne 15-0s because I thought I was going to use my champagne, but if I had done that, it would have been a 15-0 champagne color next to an 11-0 champagne, so I didn't want to do that. So I'm coming out now of this 11-0. This is what you should have, your first little component, and then you're coming out of an 11-0 here. And now we're going to do this part again. We already have this middle 11-0, so on each needle goes a rondelle, an 11-0, a 15-0. So again, coming out of that 11-0 that I just crossed through, you need to pick up on each needle a rondelle, an 11-0, and a 15-0, letting them drop. And now you're going to pick up this little unit again with your Ava, mini Ava, that is your DiamonDuo, and your Ava bead again, just like this. I already have one needle going through it. My other needle is going to go through it, and I'm going to cross. So I just crossed, pull tight, and then lay it flat like that. Now on goes, on each needle, 3 15-0s, an 11-0, and 3 15-0s. So I already have one, 3 15-0s, 11-0, 3 15-0s. On my other needle, I'm going to do the same, and 3 15-0s. Okay, so I have a total of 7 beads on each needle. Letting them drop, I'm going to pick up this side of my Ava, my mini Ava, my DiamonDuo, and then out of this other Ava. So we're crossing again. And then this needle is going to go in and out. And then I need to go in through my Ava. Don't catch your 15-0 on the other side. So this is what we have. Pull tight, that way you don't have any threads showing. Now from here, we are going to pick up on each needle a 15-0, an 11-0, and a rondelle, 15-0, 11-0, rondelle, 15-0, 11-0, rondelle on each needle, letting them drop. Pick up an 11-0, doesn't matter on which needle, because you're going to cross through it. So once we cross on this 11-0, we're ready to do our little mini duos again. And just make sure at this point that all of your DiamonDuos are facing up correctly. Your DiamonDuos have a faceted side and a flat side, so you just want to make sure that they're all facing the correct way. So I'm coming out of this 11-0. On each needle goes a 15-0, and I'm going to use my other color. 15-0, mini round duo, 15-0. Again, 15-0, mini round duo, 15-0. Letting them drop. Pick up an 11-0 and cross through it. So once you do this, you're ready to do your next little unit with your mini Avas. So go ahead and do the length that you need, and then I will meet you back. This bracelet will not shrink, so do the length that will fit you best. And once you're done, you need to be exiting the way we started. See how we started like this with our rondelles here at the outside of a, not on the outside, but, well, how we started here with our rondelle and these beads, that's how we need to end it. So in other words, try not to end it like this because it'll kind of throw your bracelet off. So go ahead and do the length that you need, and I will meet you back. Okay, so I already did all of my little units, and I did 7. I know I'm going to need 7 for my size. So, and I ended it here the way I started it. See, with my rondelles here outside of my DiamonDuo. And once I did that, and I crossed through these beads here, I should be exiting my 15-ohs. My 15-ohs here with this grouping here, outside here, with the 15-oh, 11-oh rondelle, all of these here, exit those 15-ohs. Now what I did to get 3 strings into this grouping here is I just took one needle and I just reinforced this. And all I did was, once I came out of my 15-oh, I went through my Ava, DiamonDuo, Ava, then I went up this 15-oh, this 11-oh, this rondelle, 11-oh rondelle, 11-oh, and back out this 15-oh. So that put me in place to do my next pass. This is a very easy pass. You can put away your Avas, your DiamonDuos, and your rondelles. And all we're going to be doing here is filling in. So coming out of these 15-ohs here with the grouping here with the rondelle, pick up a 15-oh and then go through these 7 beads that you added in your first round, which are your 15-ohs and your 15-oh with your 11-oh and your 3 15-ohs after. And then once you're coming out of the 3 15-ohs after that 11-oh, pick up one more 15-oh and then go through the 15-oh here with this grouping here, which is the 15-oh, 11-oh rondelle. Go through that and then cross through this 11-oh bead here that's in between your rondelles. It's the same 11-oh that you crossed in the step previous. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again on this side. I'm coming out of this 15-oh here, right here with this grouping. I'm picking up a 15-oh, going in through these 3 that I have here from my previous step, the grouping with the 15-oh, 11-oh, 15-oh. I'm going to go through this 11-oh and down these 3 15-ohs after it. I'm going to pull, and then I'm coming out of the 15-ohs here, the three here that I have grouped together. I'm going to pick up one more 15-oh. I'm going to go through the 15-oh here in front of it with this grouping that's 15-oh, 11-oh rondelle, and I'm going to pull, and then I'm going to cross through this 11-oh here. The same 11-oh that we crossed a little while ago, the same 11-oh that we crossed in the previous step. So this is now how our Ava looks, our Ava unit looks. So I'm coming out of this 11-oh here. I'm going to go down this, I'm going to go through the 15-oh, and the mini duo. And I'm going to do this on both sides. And then from here, I am going to go through the, coming out of this hole here of this mini duo, I'm going to hop on up to the other hole of the mini duo. Going to pick up a 15-0, pull tight. I'm going to pick up a 15-0. I'm going to go back through the same hole that we're coming out of, and we're just going to pop that little 15-0 in place there. Going to do that here again. We're going to do that here on this side now. I'm coming out through here, picked up a 15-0, and I'm going to go back through that hole. Don't catch the 15-0 after it. And then I'm going to pop that little 15-0 in place. Okay, so that's what I did. And then now, coming out of this hole here of this mini duo, I'm going to hop on over to the bottom hole. Then I'm going to go through this 15-0 here after the mini duo, and I'm going to go through that 11-0 that's there here. The one we crossed through earlier, we're going to cross through that again. I'm going to put this needle down. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to go down, I'm coming out of this 11-0 that we crossed through, go through the 15-0 that's next to it, and the mini duo only. Yes, the mini round duo. And pull. Then hop on over to the other hole of your mini round duo. Got my thread stuck here. And then we're going to pick up, now that we're coming out of the top hole of our mini round duo, going to pick up a 15-0, and I'm going to go back through that same hole to pop this 15-0 into place. If you're having trouble keeping that with your string on the other side loosening, just pull the string and then pull it out this way, and then pull it out this way tight. So that will pop your 15-0 into place here. Kind of like little ears or little horns. So I'm coming out of this hole here of this mini round duo, picking up a 15-0 again. I'm going to go back through that same little hole, and I'm not going to catch the 15-0 after it. I'm going to pull tight. So that will pop my 15-0 right there. And then I'm going to go down that bottom hole of the mini round duo. Then I'm going to go through coming out of the mini round duo, I'm going to go through the 15-0 after it and the 11-0, and I'm going to cross there. So this is what the second pass is. One more time. I'm coming out of this 11-0 here where I have crossed both of my threads, and then I'm going to go down the rondelle, the 11-0 and the 15-0, whoops, down the rondelle, 11-0, 15-0. Here I'm going to pick up another 15-0. I'm going to go through these three and the 11-0, go down these three 15-0s, picking up another 15-0, and I'm going to go through the 15-0, 11-0 rondelle after it. I'm going to go through this 11-0 here after my rondelle, the one that I crossed through. I'm going to cross through it again. Then I'm going to go through the 15-0 after that, and the mini round duo only. Coming out of the mini round duo, I'm going to hop on over to the other hole of my mini round duo. Once I do that, I'm going to pull tight. I'm going to pick up a 15-0, and I'm going to go back through that same hole. And then before I do that, I'm just going to pull the string on this side just to make sure it's nice and snug. And then I pulled and I popped my 15-0 into place, picking up another 15-0, going back through that same hole. Do not catch the 15-0 after it. And then that pops the 15-0 on the other side into place. And then if you need to if these kind of twist on you, just twist them back. And then go down the other hole of your mini duo. And if you catch the 15-0 after it this time, once you're back down the other hole, that's fine. And then, because you have to go through it anyway, so if you caught that 15-0, that's fine. And then cross through the 11-0 after that. And that's going to put you in place to go through the rondelle, through the 11-0, through the 15-0, adding another 15-0, going up these 15-0s, the 11-0, down these 15-0s, adding another 15-0, and so forth. So go ahead and finish this all the way down. If you're not sure how to do it, just rewind the video. It's a very, very simple step. Okay, so I have finished my bracelet, and all I did after that second pass, adding those 15-0s, all I did was at the end, when I came to the end to this grouping here at the end outside of the avas, I just, with one needle, I went through the through these beads here, the ava, the mini avas, the DiamonDuo, and the other mini ava, and I met my thread. All I did was tie a knot here in front of this 11-0, and that's how I ended off my thread. So this is what we have. This is the one that I just made, and these are the other two that I've made. And then all I did was I added here, you can see here, I added 2 jump rings. On this side I did the same. I added a couple of jump rings and a lobster claw. So now I think with this one that I did, I may have mixed up my 2x3 rondelles with some other ones that I had. The ones that I used today were a bit smaller than these. And see, with these I had no problem at all. My 15-0s look great. Looks great. Same with this one. This one, these 2x3s, I'm not sure where I got them, but I think I mixed them up with my other champagne 2x3 rondelles because they're a bit smaller. So it's not quite the same as these, but well, it's still nice. And this is how it looks on. I like these colors. So for the colors that I did on the bracelet for today, I used the jet bronze mini avas. I used the white teal luster mini round duos. I used the Aztec gold diamond duos. I used the eucalyptus 15-0s, and I also used the metallic light bronze 15-0s. And for my 11-0s, I used the champagne. And as I said, my rondelles, they're supposed to be 2x3s, and I use like a champagne-ish color, but again, I think the ones I used, I'm not sure where I got them, but they're a bit smaller. So you just want to make sure you use PVC 2x3 rondelles, and you will not have any problem doing this bracelet. On these, I used everything where you see gold, the matte gold, all of that is Aztec gold on these two. My DiamonDuos are just the coral luster DiamonDuos. Here, it is the Jet Picasso DiamonDuos. For my 2x3 rondelles on these two, on this one was just the Crystal AB. This one is the turquoise. And my 15 O's that I used here are the, I believe they're the, let me look. I don't know if they're the watermelon. Yes. No, I use, yes, the opaque light water, and I think it's watermelon on these two. Plus I also use champagne 15 O's on this one. I used just the jet 11 O's on this one, and just the metallic bronze 11 O's on this one. So this is what we have. This is our Linda bracelet. This is how it looks, and once again on, this is how they look. So I hope you enjoy making this, and thank you very much for watching.